Hello guys and welcome to my new tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can build your own portfolio tracker. I'm going to explain you step by step how you can build it yourself. So this is my portfolio, the way I track all the stocks I own. It's pretty easy to do, and I'm going to explain you step by step how you can do it by yourself. So first step, we have to create our columns. So the columns I have are sector, company, ticker of the stocks I own, number of stocks, purchase date, how much you invested, the price you bought your stocks, the recent value, okay, so I missed another column here, which is the recent price of your stocks, the change in terms of percentage, so percentage change, the percentage in terms of dollars, the weight of each stock in your portfolio, the days you own your stock, the dividends the stock pays, your recent yield, the yield on cost, and the annual income you have. Okay, so basically these are the only columns you need. You can add your own columns. You can delete some of these if you don't like them. And first of all, before we put any kind of information about our stocks, I'm going to put some data we will need to compare how our portfolio is doing against the other benchmarks. It can be the SP 500, the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, the DAX, any kind of index you want to compare your portfolio to. But I'm going to also put today's date, the exchange rate of euro dollar, which is important for me because I live in Portugal and I use euros, so every time I buy or sell a stock, I have to know if I'm earning or losing in that operation, as I can be positive in my portfolio, but losing with the exchange rate, which actually was what happened since the beginning of the year, because euro dollar was going up like crazy. I'm going to put the value of the SP 500 since the inception of my portfolio, which was 2294.69. How the SP 500 is doing today, and I'm going to show you next what is the formula. The Nasdaq since the inception, the Nasdaq today, the Dow since inception, and the Dow today. So Nasdaq was at 5168 points. The Dow was trading above the 20,000 mark, and to get today's price, we just need to use a simple formula, which is Google Finance. Ask for the name of our index, in this case SP, and we want to get the price. Okay, the same thing but to the Nasdaq, which is also the same formula. And the same thing for Dow Jones. I think I missed these 2 points here. Okay, so we have the data to compare our portfolio with our benchmark. So let's start to put the formulas on our columns. So first of all, the most important thing here is to understand which are the information we need to input. So basically, we just need to add information of the ticker, the number of stocks we bought, the purchase date, when did we buy our stock, and how much we invested in our stock. Also, you have to obviously put the dividend that stock is paying us. Okay, so having that in mind, I'm going to start to build our portfolio with the formulas. So the first stock I bought was Bristol-Myers. I bought this stock in January 27th. I bought 11 stocks and I have invested $531, and Bristol-Myers pays me in this case $1.56 per share. Okay, so to have the company name, it's pretty easy, the formula. You just have to type, in this case, Google Finance, choose F3, which is the ticker you want. You want it to give the name of the stock. So it's Bristol-Myers. Okay, the recent price, pretty easy to, you just have to do the same thing, but instead of name, you are going to type the price of the stock. So it's trading at 62.70 We can put another decimal here. So the recent price, the price I'm going to change the name here to buy price, which is the price we bought our stock. So the buy price was, in this case, pretty easy to know too, which is the money we invested divided by the number of stocks we own. So I bought it at 48.32. Today's value, it's pretty easy to know too, which is just the number of stocks versus the recent price. Sorry, here I want to put I3, the cell. Okay, the change in percentage, it's just the recent value less the money we invested divided by the money we invested, which is almost 30%. The change in dollars, it's the same thing. In this case, the recent value less what we invested. Okay, so we also want to know how many days do we have this in our portfolio. So it's pretty easy to know too. Just today's date, and I'm going to lock this information. So today's date, which is B1, less the day I bought it, which is H3, the cell. So I have it in my wallet for 234 days. So to know the yield, I already know how much this stock pays me as a dividend. To know the recent yield, so the yield that the stock is paying today, now, I just have to divide the dividend by the number of stocks. Okay, so this is the recent yield. Sorry, by the price. I'm sorry. So but the recent price in this case is J3, the cell. So this is the recent yield, and the yield on cost is exactly the same, but divided by the price I paid. Which is a little bit higher. The annual income is, in this case, just the number of stocks I own multiplied by the dividends. Okay, so we have everything we need. I'm not going to hide this information yet. I'm going to need it to build our to know how we can compare our portfolio against the other benchmarks. I'm going to put this a little bit prettier. You can obviously edit it as you like, as you wish, just so we can see this better. I'm going to take off the grid lines, and there we go. Now we need to know the totals of our portfolio. So first of all, how much we invested. So I'm going to call this the cost, and in this case it's just the sum of what I paid for every stock, and we need to know the value of our stocks, which is just the sum of the recent value of our stocks. I also want to know the percentage of change. I mean, how much I'm earning or losing. In this case, it's the value subtracted by the cost divided by the cost. Okay, so now I'm going to turn these values in percentage here, and the yields. I want to know all of these values as they are in dollars, and this is important because I'm also going to need the values in euros, as I work with euros. So these values are going to be in dollars. Okay, I'm going to put this a little bit better, align it by the center. Okay, now let's try to put another, as we already have all the formulas, let's put another ticker, and here I'm going to put the second stock I bought, which was CVS. I bought 5 stocks of CVS on January 30th. I invested $390.60, and CVS pays me a dividend of $2 per share. You see that I only need to input the information in 4 cells, and the rest is all automatic. You just have to scroll down, and you see that it's all automatic. Here is going to be the weight of the stock in my portfolio, which is pretty easy to know also. So basically it's the money I invested in this portfolio divided by the total of the portfolio. Sorry, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to put the recent value divided by the cost. So we can have a dynamic change of this value as the stocks go up and down. Here, I'm sorry, I have to lock this information here. Sorry. Okay. Okay, very well. Now let's try to put another one. So the third stock I bought was Realty Income. I bought 6 shares on 31 January, and I invested $345.36. and Realty Income pays me $2.64 per share. Again, we just need to copy all the formulas above, and everything now it's completely automatic. Okay, so now I also like to know how much I deposit, because obviously you every month I deposit a sum of money that I save to invest in the market. It can be like 200 euros, 300 euros, 1000 euros, depends always of a lot of factors, but I try to save as much as I can and deploy in my portfolio. So let's say that I deposit 200 euros. Now, I'm investing in euros, but I'm buying dollars, so I will need the change rate. This is important for people who live in Europe or in another country that doesn't use dollars. And I'm going to convert all these dollars into euros. So this is my cost. I'm just going to change the cells here. So this is my values in dollars, and I want to know my values in euros. So I'm just going to use the change rate, which is dollars divided by the exchange rate of the euro dollar, which is just this, and the same here, value in dollars divided by the exchange rate. Okay, and now I format it to have the euro sign. I also want to know what my free cash is, and let's say that I have like 50 euros left to buy whatever I want, and my grand total of my portfolio is going to be the value of my portfolio plus the free cash I still have. So this is the most important value, this grand total. Let's put it a little bit better here. And now I'm going to compare my portfolio against the other benchmarks, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Dow Jones. This is pretty easy to do too, and you can copy these formulas. So we already have all this information, how S&P was quoting at the time of this portfolio inception, how S&P 500 is trading today. So we just need to know how did it go since the inception. So basically we just need to divide today's value by January value. The same for Nasdaq. And Dow Jones. And I want to know this information in percentage. Here Nasdaq is showing negative just because I put a wrong number here. And there we go. I think it's important to compare it against the other benchmarks. For example, in this case, our portfolio was returning 15.47%, which was a little less than the Nasdaq, but much better than the SP 500 and the Dow Jones since the inception of this portfolio. Obviously, you just have to check how your benchmark was doing in some date you want. You can check the values easily. Okay, very well. Basically, this is what you need to do. Pretty simple. And I want to show you another thing I have in my portfolio, which is the dividend tracker. Basically, to know how your dividends are doing, if you are getting more dividends or less dividends than the other quarter. And we just need to copy this information, which is pretty simple too. We want these cells to return the same values as the other cells. The yield on cost. Okay, and now look at this. We just need to scroll down to have our companies directly here. Pretty simple too. Now we can put this a little bit better. And I'm going to build like a map with a month. For all the dividends, I'm going to have this year. Now every time you get a dividend, you can put in this map and for example in May I put these values in euros. For me it's simpler. Different colors to know in each quarter I am. And for example you can put a mark to know when your companies are paying a dividend in each month, just to control things a little bit better. For example, I know CVS pays in May, Realty Income is a monthly payer, so it pays every month, and then it's easier for you to control when are you getting the dividend or not. Here you can sum every month. Let's say here in May I was paid like 5 euros, here 4.3, here 2, and it sums automatically, which is pretty cool. You can also do the same thing but for the quarter. You just have to sum the quarter values, and same thing for the year. Just have to merge these cells, merge these cells, merge these cells, and merge these cells. Here I like to put the total of the year, which is just to sum all the months. And this is good to know because, for example, now we are in 2017, but next year I don't need this information anymore in this month, so I just hide these columns and I know how I did in 2017 compared to another new map I'm going to build here about 2018. And also you can put another column here. Let's say it's called total ever, which is going to be the sum of all your columns, yearly summed, for example 2017, 2018, let's say 2019, and so on and so on. So basically this is how I track my portfolio. Obviously you can put it a little bit better with the different colors you want. The most important thing to understand is that you need to automate this as much as you can. As you can see, I have real-time quotes with those formulas. I can compare it easily with the SP 500, the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, and it's pretty cool. I also put these graphs to track how is my portfolio developing, how it's growing, and it's pretty cool to know, to see this little project growing step by step, month by month, and I think I'm going to build a pretty cool portfolio here. This is my dividend map, as you can see. I also have a graph to see how it is going each year. For example, this year I was paid in August 13 euros. I hope to, obviously, in 2018 have more, so another bar is going to be up here for 2018. I just have to put this information in here. For example, let's say I have 200 euros, another column is going to grow here. I still have to put that information, but it's pretty cool to see how it develops step by step, month by month, and we'll see a pretty cool development here. So basically that's it. I hope I have helped you to build your own portfolio. You can also, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comments below. I also going to put a link so you can download it already in my website. So please check it. If you have any doubts, don't hesitate to write in the comments below. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.